Well, I'll point out the obvious. I am staying at the beautiful Cherry Valley Hotel, which is just minutes away from our location on this episode of Small Town Charm. Granville, Ohio is about a half hour away from Columbus and about an hour from Ohio Amish country, making it a great weekend getaway. This town is packed with adorable shops, great restaurants, and incredible history. There is so much to do. We should probably get going, so let's go check it out.
But some of our other famous owners that have been reported not to have left the property, you see Major Buxton over here, and that was a typical depiction of him. He was the one responsible for our name, obviously. Prior to him buying the inn, it was called the Dilly House. Major Buxton actually lived at one of our houses that we have guest rooms in. Was not part of the inn at the time. And then this is Bonnie Bonnell. Her given name was Ethel Houston. She grew up in Newark. Lots of history on her. Bonnie lived here, but both of these two people really put their heart, soul, and their life into the inn. That center bar area pulls out, the panel swings open, and it reveals a secret door. It's not original to the inn, but this is where that Robin Hunters came in. He helped the Orrs kind of really design this, put things in place. And this is a Civil War surgical light. This was like the best form of light that they had because of the mirrors.
Wow, there is so much history at the Buxton Inn, but right now I could really use a hot cup of coffee.
Greek revival was really big in the Midwest, and it came kind of in a march down from Massachusetts with the settlers. And he was an aficionado of Licking County. It says on his gravestone, "I love Licking County." He was a bit of a character. So when we go inside, you'll see some things that are unusual. The connection of Woodhull, the clock tower was his gift to the village for the bicentennial. 1976. One of the people that Bobby Hunter helped find objects for was Henry Ford. I've had fashion scholars look at it. It is extremely well made, very true to the used photographs. Because we have the clock, for a long time the only memorial to her in the country. The historical marker in Homer hadn't been put up yet. And her platforms, which wasn't just politics, politics was the minimal. Victoria used to carry around a little pocket Constitution, an absolutely rigid advocate of equal rights. Not just for women and men, but also people of different ethnicities. At the turn of the century, there was a photographer in this area, and he became world famous by the name of Clarence White. He became the first instructor of photography at Columbia, and then he moved over to Brooklyn, to what is now the Brooklyn Academy, and he started a school. It's known as the White School. His students included Edward Steichen, Dorothea Lange. The list goes on and on.
Well, right about now it's lunchtime, so I'm gonna go check out Alfie's Wholesome Food for some of the amazing sandwiches I've heard so much about on Instagram. Just Right is an adorable shop with all of your stationery needs and unique gift ideas. I personally loved all of the artwork in the Reader's Garden. Green Velvet is a stylish boutique with all sorts of must-haves. Okay, I'll just be honest, I have a sweet tooth for frozen custard, and Wits had exactly what I was looking for. Cedar and Thread have a variety of items ranging from clothing to gifts, but my personal favorite are all of the incredible home decor items.
The mansion itself, it was built in 1905. Mr. John Sutphen Jones, he was in railroad and coal, and He built this as their summer home. When Mr. Jones bought it, he and Frank Packard, who was the architect, they built on the wings. Frank Packard also designed the Granville Inn, which Mr. Jones built. That was his property as well. And then also our library was designed by Frank Packard. This was Mrs. Jones' dining room. There was a button at one point in the floor that she could call the butler. This is the living room. The ceiling is called the Adams ceiling, or in the Adams style. Our front lawn is about 30 acres. They play polo on the lower right field. There are 8 buildings altogether on the property now. To the north of that is our art school today. Originally, that was the powerhouse. The barn square design of it was actually created to talk about the past, the present, and the future of Bryn Du.
Whether you're traveling solo with a family or looking for a romantic getaway, you can easily spend an entire weekend here. With beautiful locations, great local eats, and incredible history, Granville, Ohio will not disappoint. Although I wasn't able to make it to all of the charming locations, I hope this video serves you a great starting point for planning your next adventure. Special thank you to everyone who shared their story with you on this episode. I'm Haylie from hayliestory.city search, and I'll see you on the next Small Town Charm.